Sleeping on the floor. Yes, now that might sound unhealthy or maybe a little uncomfortable, but I'm here to argue that there actually could be a chance that it is pretty decent. And recently I have seen somebody do this as well, and they say that they're getting some pretty good results. So because they are getting some absolutely amazing results, I have decided that, you know what, I'm going to try it. And I actually did try it yesterday, and I'm going to be explaining how I felt and what I've experienced every single day for about 30 days, and you will get to see just how I feel and what the results are throughout each day, and whether or not I'm able to sleep or not to sleep that day, and how I feel when I'm waking up. Now, just to say before all of this starts, I slept on a tatami mat, which basically is a very, very hard mat, and it's still quite hard. It's not necessarily as hard as the floor sometimes, depending on the floor that you might have, but it is very, very hard. So first, I'm going to be explaining my first day. Now, my first day in particular, when I started yesterday, was definitely a little bit difficult. Now, honestly, I was conscious pretty much, or I thought I was anyways, during the entire time that I slept. And yes, that might sound pretty uncomfortable. In fact, the entire time at the very beginning, it was a little bit uncomfortable, and trying to find a comfortable position was a little bit difficult. But honestly, I thought I would wake up feeling really, really tired during that entire process. And for some reason, I felt very well rested. In fact, today, which is the day that I woke up on this bed, I'm not surprisingly sleepy, no grogginess. I mean, obviously I am carnivore, so that will significantly help, but it is sort of interesting how, because you would expect that even on carnivore, if you don't get enough sleep, you're going to feel a little sleepy. I don't. So that is one interesting part. It was just something weird that I've noticed, was that when I woke up today, which is much different than the other days, when I decided to crack my back, and when I say crack my back, I mean just like do a little bit of stretching, I got so much cracking. I was not expecting that, and that really sort of amazed me. I don't, again, know what's fully going on there. Next time, tomorrow maybe, if I remember, then I'll demonstrate it on the microphone so you can hear just what I mean, because that was a lot of cracking. Okay, so day 2, I accidentally cracked my back when the microphone was not on. So sadly, you won't be able to hear that. But I definitely feel not groggy, oddly enough. I don't feel super tired. I did notice though that when I was sleeping, the sides, like the side of my hips, they are definitely quite sore, and they were a little bit difficult to sleep on because it kind of felt painful. I'm not too sure when that's going to go away or if that goes away, but yeah. This is day 3. So usually I sleep around 6 hours, and today I slept around 4 hours. Woke up at around 1 o'clock, which is right now. It's actually 1:53. I would probably say I woke up even earlier, actually. I was just trying to sleep because I saw the time, and I was like, oh my god, I only slept 4 hours. I need to sleep longer. And then I realized like I couldn't. That was very, very strange. This transition is like very quick. Not only that, something else very strange that I noticed was one of the sides of my hips was sore, and it didn't feel too comfortable to sleep on it like the day before. But the other side of my hip, like one of my hips, were like perfectly adjusted to it already. So I was like sleeping on that side, and it was really comfortable. Yeah, this is really weird. I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting it to be this quickly, especially. And most likely carnivore does affect the speed up of the transition time period, but this is pretty insane. Okay, so day 4, I slept for about 6 or 7 hours. So I did sleep a little longer. I did notice though that sleeping on my sides was still a little bit difficult. I mean, it's not as painful as it used to be, but it's still a little bit uncomfortable, or at least the pressure is. Oh yeah, my back cracking. 1 second. So yeah, maybe you'll be able to hear this. I'm not too sure. Like, I don't know, but before my back used to not crack that much when I would wake up, and now it does. So, yeah, there's definitely something there. I don't know what it is. Still sleeping on the floor. Oddly enough, it's getting like way more comfortable. Like I'm surprised how comfortable it's getting, and it's only 4 days in. Yeah, a little weird. This is, I think, day 6. I'm not entirely sure. Kind of lost track, but it's woke up today really oddly, like I am being chilling. We're cool. I'm really happy with the sleep. No problem sleeping. In fact, the pain when sleeping, or the used to be pain when sleeping, is basically gone. It's non-existent now. Like before, for instance, on the side of my hips, like this side is the only one that hurts a little bit, or maybe like when I put pressure on it, I can sort of feel it. But this side, I have none, almost at all. It feels perfectly fine. And I guess my body's like really getting used to sleeping on the floor, and it's getting really, really comfortable. Like really, like oddly comfortable. It's quick. It's weird how quickly sleeping on the floor is becoming more comfortable than the actual bed, because I like laid down in the bed and I was like, this doesn't really feel that comfortable. It doesn't feel like it's for sleeping, in the back of my head. And I realized that and I was like, what the heck, this is weird. So yeah, working out really, really well so far. So yeah. So this is day 6 of sleeping on the floor. I look back, it was actually day 5 yesterday. Day 6 of sleeping on the floor. Honestly, the floor is starting to feel pretty comfortable. I was not expecting it to be this quick of a transition, but already the floor is feeling pretty comfortable, and I already have a pretty good feeling that if I try to sleep on the bed again, it's going to be really, really difficult. I don't know what's going on. The sides of my hips are, again, the pain is like, or the pressure whenever I'm sleeping on the side of them is almost non-existent, but it is getting very, very comfortable very, very quickly. And I am actually falling asleep quicker than I used to. And I used to have a really bad time actually sleeping. So for instance, before I was carnivore, it took me about 3 hours to fall asleep. It was an absolute disaster. I hated my life then. Honestly, sleeping was like a chore. It was terrible because I always had to wait 3 hours before I actually fell asleep. And after carnivore, that 3 hours eventually did become 30 minutes, which was pretty cool, or around 30-40 minutes. But it was still like a decently long time, and I didn't really know why. Maybe it was because of the position that I was sleeping in. Not entirely too sure. And now already, I am starting to fall asleep probably within 20 minutes, so that's already cut in half. It seems as if I'm falling asleep around that time. So I already am liking the results, and I think this is only like day 6. So yeah, I'm probably gonna definitely keep doing this until day 30, and most likely after day 30. But hey, we'll find out. So day 7 of sleeping on the floor, not definitely once again. Actually slept pretty well, didn't have any problems. Feels like there's like padding there or something. I don't know what it is, but it's oddly, it's getting really comfortable. I feel like if I ever do try to transition back, it's going to be pretty hard. Well, yeah, we'll keep seeing how it goes. I slept really well though, so. So day 8, sleeping on the floor. It's becoming, once again, it's just becoming more and more comfortable. I woke up 30 minutes early today. Instead of waking up sleeping about 8 hours, I slept 7 hours and 30 minutes, or maybe 7 hours, somewhere around that range. I do feel really good though, honestly. I find the floor very, very comfortable now. Tried sleeping on the sides of my hips, which I actually do. I do that pretty much all the time now, and I don't really have too many problems with it. I just have to like adjust in a little bit of a position, and it becomes fine. Yeah, really, really interesting. Did have dreams, so sleeping on the floor does not prevent dreams. All right, so this is day 9. I forgot to record this earlier. I'm recording this at night. One thing I did notice, which was very strange about today, was instead of sleeping usual, like 7-ish, 8-ish hours, I slept like 9.5 hours. So I wasn't really expecting that. I'm not entirely sure why. I might be related to what I did yesterday in terms of exerting force, like the amount of force that I've exerted on myself. So that it could be related to that. I'm not entirely sure. I was out in the heat much longer, approximately about an hour or so in California heat, which is like 104 or 105. It's really hot. So that could possibly be the reason. I was encapsulated a little bit during shade in some points of the heat, but regardless, it was very uncomfortable. So yeah, that might be the reason why I slept longer. Not entirely sure, but perfectly fine on sleeping on my sides now. It's getting very comfortable. Like I can't tell much of a difference. It's definitely seeming to work. It seems to work very well. It doesn't hurt getting on my sides anymore, or sleeping on my sides anymore at all. I just seem to be getting used to it. I don't really know how exactly, but it really does feel like there's a sort of cushioning there now. So day 10, I think. Yeah, day 10. Pretty normal. Slept 7 hours, 30 minutes. Didn't sleep 8 hours this time. Honestly, the sleeping on the floor is pretty comfortable. I'm getting really used to it. Sleeping on my sides doesn't hurt. Yeah, everything seems to be going pretty well. It's only day 10. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. We're on day 11 now, I'm pretty sure. I forgot to record this earlier, so I'm recording a little bit at night, or dark, sort of dark. So I also came back from an interview with Dave Mack. Pretty, so far, the sleeping on the floor has been working out pretty well. No problems. I sleep on my sides, and honestly, it is not painful at all. Like it's really shocking me. I'm expecting to feel some extreme like pain, like I sort of used to on the first day, or it wasn't extreme, but it was like really annoying and in the way. And now I don't feel anything like at all. So I'm pretty surprised about how effective this is. I'm falling asleep very quickly, by the way. It usually take me like 30-ish minutes to fall asleep on a regular bed. I think I'm pretty sure I'm falling asleep within at least 15 minutes. I can't tell because I don't know, maybe it's like so quick or something. No idea. But yeah, it's working out pretty well. So I'm definitely sticking with this. There's a really good chance at the end of this I'm going to keep doing this because this is way too comfortable. This is shockingly comfortable. I wasn't expecting this. I don't even know why we have regular beds today. That's very uncomfortable. Day 12 or 13 or something. I can't remember. Recording this in the middle of the day. I definitely think I'm going to keep doing this. I feel like I'm sinking inside of the bed, even though it's literally like a solid bed, which is kind of weird, but it feels really easy to sleep in. So yeah, it's definitely pretty effective. Day 13, I can't really remember. I honestly, it's way too comfortable. It is way too comfortable. I'm definitely not leaving it. I mean, it's a rock, but I don't know why it's so comfortable. For some reason, when I'm sleeping on my hips now, it feels really smooth. Like I don't know how to explain it. Usually before when I was I guess I don't know if it was my training period or whatever. But during my training period, whenever I would sleep on my hips, no matter which way I angled, it would be uncomfortable. But now I sleep on my hips, and it's like every angle is comfortable. So it's really strange. I wasn't expecting that. Kind of really weird, actually. So I lost track of what day it is, but I slept really well today. Woke up, I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to explain it. I woke up a little bit earlier, around like 3 o'clock or so a.m. And then I checked my phone and I was like, oh, it's 3. So then I went back to sleep and I probably slept for about 8-ish hours. I mean, honestly, I feel so good. I feel really relaxed. So I'm really glad about that. I don't know. I'm definitely keeping up with this bed. It's pretty comfortable. So this has been my experience sleeping on the floor. Now there actually is science to this, by the way, and it isn't something that I included at the very beginning, but this has to do with something called Wolff's Law. Now Wolff's Law basically states that when you are applying pressure to a bone, for instance, and you apply that pressure repeatedly, then that bone will end up becoming denser. Now, yes, you probably could see exactly where this is going. Yeah, that's right. So pretty much what you're doing when you're sleeping on the floor is you're actually just applying that pressure for a very long time, probably for 8 hours, and then you're letting it basically make itself denser throughout the day when you're standing up and not putting pressure on it. So sort of the same thing. Works honestly really, really well. I've been falling asleep much quicker. The floor, in my opinion, feels so comfortable. I can't sleep on a bed anymore. I don't think I could. I've done this for more than a month already. Honestly, it's been, the results have definitely been shocking. So I'm gonna be sticking with this. I don't have any reason actually to stop doing this. It's way too comfortable being on the floor, as well as having harder bones in the process. Now, I will actually be talking more about bones for that matter in the future. I'll be explaining how you can basically quite literally remodel your bones. And when I say your bones, I mean all of your bones. And there are some pretty interesting things that you can do in the process while remodeling your bones. So yeah, it's really, really cool stuff. Once again, thanks for watching. I hope you found the video informative. This was actually a very interesting journey. I wasn't expecting it to work this well, but I do think some of the results that I got were actually sped up very, very quickly. And when I say sped up very quickly, I mean extremely quickly. And I think this has to do with carnivore, and more specifically on carnivore, you get more vitamins and minerals. You also get more protein, quite literally. You get literally more of everything, more hormones, more everything that you need. So I do think the results were sped up by carnivore. Now, there is something else that I also did do, which I have not covered. I've covered a little bit of it before. I've added iodine, and that has to do with actually increasing hormone levels, like every single hormone level, because iodine is basically what determines how much of whatever hormone that you have. And if you don't have too much iodine, then you're not going to have as much of the hormones that I've mentioned previously in the cholesterol synthesis cascade, hormone synthesis cascade. So yeah, thanks again for watching. If you found the video helpful, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Yeah, once again, help the channel grow. And if you want to see all my videos ahead of time, click the join button down below where you could support me personally. So yeah, and see all my videos ahead of time. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.